Welcome to the Legends in English, a place where we bring the life stories of great personalities in simple English. Today, we begin the journey of a cricketing legend, Sachin Tendulkar, the man who turned dreams into records and passion into history. This biography will not only inspire you but also help you improve your English listening practice as you hear the story in clear, simple words. So, sit back and enjoy as we explore the life of the god of cricket, a true legend whose name is written forever in the golden book of sports. Early life and struggles. Sachin Tendulkar was not born with a silver spoon. He was not born in luxury. He was not born in a palace. He was born in a simple family, in Mumbai, on April 24, 1973. His father, Ramesh Tendulkar, was a respected writer and professor. His mother, Rajni Tendulkar, worked in an insurance company. They were not rich, but they were rich in values. They were not wealthy, but they were wealthy in love. From the beginning, Sachin was a restless child. Full of energy, full of mischief, full of dreams. He was naughty, but he was curious. He was playful, but he was sharp. He was ordinary, but he was extraordinary. He loved playing games. He loved running on the streets. He loved chasing a ball. And slowly, the game of cricket entered his life. His elder brother, Ajit Tendulkar, saw the spark in Sachin. He saw that Sachin was not just a boy. He was a boy with fire in his eyes. He was a boy with passion in his heart. He was a boy with destiny in his hands. Ajit took Sachin to coach Ramakant Akrikar, the famous cricket coach in Mumbai. That moment changed everything. That moment was the turning point. That moment transformed a playful boy into a serious cricketer. But the journey was not easy. The journey was never easy. The journey was full of struggles. Sachin had to wake up early. He had to travel long distances in crowded buses. He had to carry a heavy cricket kit every day. He had to practice for hours under the hot sun. He faced pain, he faced sweat, he faced exhaustion. But he never complained. He faced hunger, he faced thirst, he faced tiredness. But he never gave up. When other children were playing in the streets, Sachin was practicing in the nets. When other children were sleeping, Sachin was dreaming of cricket. When other children were enjoying holidays, Sachin was working harder and harder. Coach Akrikar had a unique method. If Sachin played well in practice, he would give him a coin. Today, Sachin still treasures those coins more than gold. Because those coins were not just coins. They were medals of his struggle. They were proof of his hard work. They were symbols of his sacrifice. Yes, Sachin was small in height, but his dreams were tall. Yes, Sachin was young in age, but his spirit was strong. Yes, Sachin was just a boy, but his willpower was unbreakable. He fell, but he rose. He failed, but he tried again. He was tired, but he continued. He was weak, but he became strong. This was the beginning of Sachin Tendulkar's journey. A journey from a simple boy to a cricket legend. A journey of sweat, a journey of sacrifice, a journey of success. Turning points in Sachin's life. Every legend has turning points. Every hero has crossroads. Every champion has moments that change everything. For Sachin Tendulkar too, there were a few such turning points. Moments that made him. Moments that tested him. Moments that transformed him. The first big step, meeting Coach Akrikar. The first turning point was when his brother Ajit took him to coach Ramakant Akrikar. A small boy, shy and nervous, stood before a great coach. The coach saw him bat once. He saw him bat twice. And then, Akrikar said, "This boy is special. This boy will go far. This boy is born for cricket." That day, a door opened. That day, a path was shown. That day, Sachin started walking towards greatness. School cricket, a record never forgotten. Another turning point came in 1988. Sachin, only 14 years old, was playing school cricket for Shardashram Vidyamandir. He and his friend Vinod Kamboli put on a partnership of 664 runs. Yes, 664 runs. The whole city talked about it. The newspapers wrote about it. The cricket world noticed it. From that day, Sachin was not just a boy. He was a rising star. He was a name people started to remember. He was a name that India began to whisper. Debut for India, a dream come true. The biggest turning point came in 1989. Sachin was only 16 years old. Just a teenager. But he was selected to play for India against Pakistan. Think about it. A boy facing the world's fastest bowlers. A boy standing against legends like Wasim Akram and Waqar Yunus. A boy with no fear in his eyes. He was hit on the face by a deadly bouncer. Blood came out. Pain came in. But Sachin did not walk away. He did not cry. He did not quit. He wiped the blood. He held the bat again. He faced the next ball with courage. That was the moment India realized. This boy is not ordinary. This boy is made of steel. This boy is born to fight. The first century, a nation's new hope. In 1990, at Old Trafford, England, Sachin scored his first Test century. He was only 17 years old. But he saved the match for India. A teenager saved the pride of a nation. That innings was more than just runs. It was more than just cricket. It was a message. India has found a new hero. India has found a new hope. India has found a new Sachin. These turning points were not just events. They were milestones. They were stepping stones. They were the foundation of greatness. From a schoolboy to a record breaker. From a debutant to a fighter. From a teenager to a savior. This was the journey of Sachin Tendulkar. And the world had only just begun to see his magic. Failures and challenges. Every success story has struggles. Every shining star has storms. Every victory has hidden battles. Sachin Tendulkar too faced many challenges. His path was never smooth. His journey was never easy. There were times when he doubted himself. There were days when nothing went right. People criticized, questioned, and compared him. But Sachin stayed focused. He turned every failure into motivation. He learned from every mistake. He kept moving forward with determination. His journey reminds us that true success is not about never falling, but about rising every time you fall stronger, wiser, and more determined than before. Injuries, the battle with pain. Sachin's career was full of injuries. His back troubled him. His shoulder troubled him. His elbow troubled him. There were times when he could not hold the bat. There were times when he was forced to rest. There were times when people thought his career was over. But Sachin never gave up. He fought with his body. He fought with the pain. He fought with destiny. Again and again, he returned. Again and again, he proved that pain could not stop him. Pressure of a nation. For more than 20 years, India's hopes rested on one man. Whenever India played, 1 billion people prayed for one name, Sachin. When Sachin got out, the whole country went silent. When Sachin scored, the whole country celebrated. This pressure was not normal. It was not easy. It was not human. But Sachin carried it. He carried it with calmness. He carried it with humility. He carried it with pride. World Cup disappointments. Before 2011, Sachin played 5 World Cups. Each time, he dreamed of winning. Each time, he gave his best. Each time, India failed. 1996, India lost in the semi-final. 1999, India was knocked out early. 2003, India reached the final but lost to Australia. 2007, a painful exit in the first round. It was heartbreaking. It was disappointing. It was painful for Sachin, and for the nation. Yet he continued. Yet he believed. Yet he waited. Personal sacrifices. Sachin started playing for India at 16. That meant leaving behind a normal childhood. That meant less time with family. That meant missing his children growing up. His family sacrificed. His wife sacrificed. But Sachin carried on, because cricket was his duty, his devotion, his destiny. He missed birthdays, festivals, and family moments. He spent more time in stadiums than at home. He lived out of a suitcase, moving from one match to another. Still, he never complained. He accepted every sacrifice with a smile, because for him, cricket was not just a game, it was his life, his purpose, his prayer. Failures came. Challenges came. Obstacles came. But each failure made him stronger. Each challenge made him wiser. Each obstacle made him greater. This was Sachin's greatness. Not that he never failed, but that he always rose after failure. Philosophy and teachings. Sachin Tendulkar was not just a cricketer. He was a thinker. He was a believer. He was a teacher through his actions. His philosophy was simple. Discipline. Dedication. Devotion. He believed success comes from patience, honesty, and constant effort. He taught that dreams need action, not luck. Every run he scored carried a lesson in perseverance and faith. Discipline. From childhood, Sachin believed in discipline. He practiced every day. He respected his coaches. He respected the game. He once said, "Talent is not enough. Hard work and discipline are more important." For him, cricket was not a hobby. It was not a time pass. It was his duty. It was his prayer. Humility. Even after becoming the greatest batsman in the world, Sachin remained humble. He never showed arrogance. He never disrespected anyone. He never forgot his roots. He always said, "I am what I am because of cricket, and because of my country." When people called him the god of cricket, he smiled and replied, "I am not God. I am only a cricketer who loves the game." He believed true greatness lies in simplicity. He treated everyone, fans, teammates, and rivals, with equal respect. He taught that fame fades, but character stays forever. His humility inspired millions to stay grounded, no matter how high they rise. Patience and focus. Sachin taught the value of patience. He could stand on the pitch for hours. He could wait for the right ball. He could control his mind when the world was shouting his name. He believed that focus was more powerful than fear. He believed that patience was stronger than pressure. One of his famous lines is, "Don't stop chasing your dreams, because dreams do come true." This was not just a quote. This was his life. He failed, but he rose. He was injured, but he returned. He was criticized, but he answered with his bat. For Sachin, cricket was sacred. He never argued with umpires. He never disrespected opponents. He always played fair. He once said, "Cricket is not just a game. It is a responsibility." And he lived by that responsibility, every single day. Work hard, harder than anyone else. Stay humble, no matter how great you become. Respect your teachers, your game, your country. Be patient, for patience leads to victory. Never stop believing in your dreams. These were not just words. These were his teachings. These were his values. These were the lessons he gave to the world. Major achievements. Sachin Tendulkar's career was not just long. It was legendary. It was not just about runs. It was about records, milestones, and history. He did not just play cricket. He changed cricket. He redefined cricket. He became the symbol of Indian cricket. The records of a lifetime. He played 200 test matches. He played 463 ODIs. 100 international centuries, the only player in history to achieve this. 34,000 plus international runs, more than anyone else. Most runs in Test cricket. 15,000 plus. Most runs in ODI cricket. 18,000 plus. Most 50s, most 100s, most matches. Against South Africa. Sachin became the first man to score 200 runs in one-day international cricket. World Cup 2011, the dream fulfilled. For 22 years, Sachin dreamed of one trophy, the World Cup. In 2011, in Mumbai, that dream came true. India won the World Cup. Sachin lifted the trophy. And the whole nation cried with joy. His teammate Virat Kohli said, "He has carried the burden of the nation for 21 years. Tonight, we carried him." It was not just a victory. It was an emotion. It was a gift to the man who gave everything to cricket. Awards and honors. Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award. The first sportsperson to receive it. Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri, Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna. Named by Wisden as one of the greatest cricketers ever. Honored by governments, honored by fans, honored by the world. Inspiration beyond cricket. For millions, Sachin was more than a cricketer. He was an idol. He was a role model. He was a source of strength. When he batted, children dreamed. When he fought, youngsters learned courage. When he spoke, the world listened. His achievements were not only in records. They were in hearts. They were in lives. They were in history. Achievements come and go. Records are made and broken. But legends like Sachin remain forever. Because his greatest achievement was not the runs he scored, but the hope he gave to a nation. Inspirational short stories. Sachin's life is not only about cricket. It is about moments. It is about stories. It is about lessons. Stories that inspire. Stories that teach. Stories that never die. Playing with pain. In 1999, during a match against Pakistan, Sachin's back was in pain. He could not stand properly. He could not move freely. But he still went to bat. Every ball hurt. Every shot hurt. Every run hurt. But he did not stop. He did not give up. He did not surrender. That day, India did not just see a batsman. India saw a warrior. The loss of his father. In the 1999 World Cup, Sachin lost his father. The pain was deep. The sorrow was heavy. The heart was broken. He came home for the funeral. But after 2 days, he returned to play. Because he knew, his father would have wanted that. He scored a century. He lifted his bat. He looked at the sky. It was not just cricket. It was love. It was respect. It was a son's tribute to his father. The shoe story. When Sachin was young, his family was not rich. He could not buy cricket shoes. He played without them. He played with pain in his feet. One day, his coach gifted him shoes. Sachin cried. He felt blessed. He promised that day, "I will never waste this gift. I will make my country proud." And he kept that promise. For 24 years, he kept that promise. The ball of Shane Warne. When Shane Warne, the great Australian spinner, tried to defeat Sachin hit him again and again. Warne once said, I see Sachin in my dreams, hitting me for six. It was not just cricket. It was respect. It was greatness recognizing greatness. Stories like these are not just about the game. They are about struggle. They are about courage. They are about inspiration. And Sachin's story is full of them. What great men said about Sachin Tendulkar. When a man is great, the world speaks about him. When a man is true, the world bows before him. When a man is legendary, the world remembers him forever. Sachin was that man. Sachin was that truth. Sachin was that legend. Brian Lara, West Indies legend. Brian Lara once said, "Sachin is the only batsman who makes me feel I am watching perfection. Not just talent. Not just skill. It was perfection." Shane Warne, Australia legend. Shane Warne, his biggest rival, confessed, "I had nightmares of Sachin hitting me for sixes. It was not fear. It was respect. It was greatness accepting greatness." Sir Donald Bradman, the Don of cricket. The great Sir Donald Bradman once told his wife, "This boy reminds me of myself." Imagine. The greatest ever. Comparing Sachin with himself. That is not a compliment. That is immortality. MS Dhoni, Indian captain. MS Dhoni said, "When Sachin is on the crease, India sleeps peacefully. Because when Sachin batted, every Indian believed. Every Indian trusted. Every Indian dreamed." Barack Obama, former US president. Even Barack Obama said, "I don't know cricket. But I know Sachin. This is power. This is influence. This is global respect." Sachin was not only India's pride. He was the world's pride. He was the world's heartbeat. He was the world's legend. Legacy and impact of Sachin Tendulkar. Some players leave records. Some players leave memories. But Sachin left both. Records that may break. Memories that will never fade. Inspiring a nation. When Sachin played, India stopped. Shops closed. Streets emptied. Eyes stayed fixed on the screen. Because cricket was not just a game. It was an emotion. And Sachin was that emotion. He made India believe. Believe that a small boy from a simple family can rule the world. Believe that discipline and dedication can make dreams real. Believe that one bat can carry the hopes of a billion people. Inspiring generations. Sachin's legacy is not only in his centuries. It is in the countless youngsters he inspired. Virat Kohli once said, "I started playing cricket because of Sachin." Rohit Sharma, MS Dhoni, Yuvraj Singh, all looked up to him. They watched him. They followed him. They learned from him. And today, every young cricketer in India dreams like Sachin. Dreams of wearing the blue jersey. Dreams of making India proud. Dreams of standing tall in the world. Sachin was not just India's hero. He was the world's hero. In Pakistan, fans loved him. In Australia, crowds clapped for him. In England, stadiums cheered for him. He broke borders. He broke barriers. He united hearts. Even after retiring, Sachin's work continues. He supports charities. He helps children. He inspires students. His foundation gives hope. His words give courage. His life gives direction. Sachin's impact is eternal. Records may fade. Centuries may fade. But his story will shine forever. He was not just a cricketer. He was a teacher. He was a guide. He was a legend. Emotional and poetic narration. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a stadium full of people. Imagine millions watching from their homes. Imagine one man walking to the crease. That man was Sachin. That moment was magic. That sight was unforgettable. When he stood with the bat, it was not just a game. It was a festival. It was a prayer. It was a celebration. Every run he scored was like music. Every boundary he hit was like poetry. Every century he made was like history. He taught us that success is not easy. He taught us that greatness needs sacrifice. He taught us that dreams demand discipline. Fall. Rise. Fail. Try. Lose. Fight. This was Sachin's journey. When bowlers tried to scare him, he smiled. When injuries tried to stop him, he healed. When pressure tried to crush him, he stood taller. Because Sachin was not just playing cricket. He was teaching life. Teaching patience. Teaching courage. Teaching hope. Sachin's bat spoke a language that everyone understood. Not English. Not Hindi. Not Marathi. But the language of passion. The language of inspiration. The language of love. And even today, when he is not on the field, we still hear his echo. We still see his shadow. We still feel his presence. He is gone from the pitch, but never gone from the heart. Lessons from Sachin's life. Every generation has its heroes. Every country has its champions. But the world had only one Sachin Tendulkar. He began as a small boy with a big bat. He grew into a man with a bigger dream. And he ended as a legend with the biggest heart. Sachin's life tells us, dreams are not impossible. Discipline is not useless. Dedication is not wasted. When he fell, he rose. When he failed, he fought. When he struggled, he smiled. And in the end, he always won. To students, he says, work hard. Stay humble. To dreamers, he says, never stop believing. To India, he says, always play with pride. His records may be broken. His centuries may be crossed. But his story will never fade. Because Sachin was not just a cricketer. He was a lesson. He was a message. He was a movement. So when life tests you, remember Sachin. When dreams scare you, remember Sachin. When failures hurt you, remember Sachin. Remember the boy who became a legend. Remember the man who became an emotion. Remember the god of cricket. Sachin Tendulkar's bat is silent now. But his echo still speaks. His journey still guides. His life still inspires. And it will inspire, forever. Sachin Tendulkar's journey is not just the story of a cricketer, it is the story of dedication, humility, and greatness. From the narrow lanes of Mumbai to the grand stadiums of the world, he showed us that discipline and passion can make a person eternal. His legacy is not only in the records but in the inspiration he gave to millions. This was the story of a true legend, told here in simple English for your English listening practice. Keep learning, keep growing, with the legends in English. Thank you for watching and stay inspired always.